Well, hello there, Gemini. How are you? It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are going to do your 3-month reading. So this is good for May, June, and July. We'll take a look first at the overall energy with the oracle cards, and then we'll move to the tarot and take a look at each month separately and any obstacles that might be on your path, and of course, advice about how to maneuver around them and bring in what your heart truly desires. Okay, so let's take a look at the overall energy. In the flow, everything is smooth sailing. Okay, Gemini, I can hear you on the other side of the camera going, finally. Yeah, this is just the energy of just things are going your way after perhaps a very long time of feeling like it's a one obstacle after another. All of a sudden, everything magically is coming into flow for you. Everything is going your way. And then antelope spirit, life is speeding up. My goodness. And this includes your birthday season, right? So it's kind of like all of a sudden life is taking off. It's going so quickly after maybe 2024 had a slow start to it, but we've been through eclipse season. Maybe you're stepping into this energy of the cobwebs are cleared out and you are ready to take action, ready to go forward, and to know that you are on the right path, that it's almost like you're getting confirmation of that. Have you been doubting yourself and doubting that the path that you're on, the direction you want to go in, is truly meant for you because things have been so difficult? Yeah, I feel like you are. Here's your May energy, right? Putting out your loving energy, your gifts, your talents, your creative abilities, your love, your time, your energy, sharing them with the universe. And yet at the same time, I don't feel like you've gotten the recognition or the financial reward, or just, the energy of not being able to, you're putting out, but you're not having it come in. It's not flowing back towards you. All of this time and energy that you're putting into, this feels perhaps very much like career. Yeah, look at this. You're going in a new direction. Gemini, you've had that energy of something coming to an end, right? But something has to come to an end in order for new things to come onto your path. And this is the energy of perhaps whatever needed to go, you've finally allowed yourself to let it go, right? And it could have been during the eclipse, especially that solar eclipse, a really powerful energy. So it could have helped you to disconnect, perhaps emotionally or mentally, from a past situation or a past relationship that was just kind of like, just like a thorn in your side, right? Not being able to move forward. Wow, powerful summer ahead for you. So here's your May energy, right? You're putting out your time, your energy, your love. You're wanting to bring in this new beginning. You're clearing out what you can clear out. And yet at the same time, it was kind of like obstacles or just the lack of energy, the lack of clarity about how to move forward. It's almost like, you could have felt like the world was chaotic. The energy around you was chaotic. That you could have been annoyed by people and situations kind of like coming at you, like those summer flies or those gnats, right? And it's kind of like, oh my goodness, like how much longer do I have to swat away this difficult energy? Like, why can't I get rid of it? Why can't I move forward? And that may have actually been getting you up in your head, kind of like trying to figure out if you were on the right path, if that was the direction you were meant to go in, because it was such a difficult path for you. Okay, I had to fix the microphone there. So, yeah, I feel like, this is the energy of understanding that this new path is now starting for you. And once again, since this is May, I feel like the eclipses have allowed you to clear out the cobwebs of something that was holding you back, just fragmenting your energy, distracting you from, this could have been brain fog, really. Right? It could have just been waiting on answers or responses from resumes that you sent out, or just trying to have something start to fall into place. Okay, so here there are puzzle pieces, right? And Gemini, it could be that you've been working on this puzzle for a long time, but you know how you can sometimes get to a point in the puzzle where it's like you can't, sometimes it's really easy to do the border, right? You can put those pieces into place pretty quickly because you have a straight edge, right? And you can figure it out pretty easily. And then you have to start on the interior pieces, and it's kind of like, oh my goodness, you're looking, you're grasping, what can I work on next? And I think that that's kind of a little bit of the energy. You may have started 2024 off with this kind of a little bit of a bang, and things were starting to come into place. You got that frame, the border of the puzzle completed, but then you went to the interior and it was kind of like having a hard time finding pieces that went together, or you got 2 or 3 together, but then you couldn't find anything else to grow or expand those couple of pieces. This is all of a sudden things kind of like pieces falling into place. Right? The energy where it's kind of like one thing is just leading to another and you're getting your momentum back. Yeah, this is you having to kind of like slog through this confusion, this chaos, this energy of, right? And now it's kind of like, okay, here I am. I have the 4 of Wands. I'm seeing victory. And it is a little bit of that energy of just knowing that your sheer determination has allowed you to get through the difficult energies of whatever this is. This could be situations that popped up that distract you from the work that you want to do. It could have been family issues, it could have been financial issues, it could have been the weather, it could have been anything. And it's kind of like, okay, I got through one thing and then another. And I don't think any of these were huge, okay? But it's kind of that energy of annoying flies or gnats or something around you, distracting you from what it was that you wanted to do. And now you're just kind of like, okay, things are flowing in my way. Things are going my way. Pieces are falling into place. Okay, so then for June, look at this energy. You have the honoring path, you have the yin. Okay, so this is the divine feminine energy. Things are flowing your way. I feel like in May, you're getting this burst of inspiration, this burst of energy that helps you to get a little bit more clarity about the direction you want to go in, but also a sense of energy and determination to finish something, to accomplish something, to go to the next level in whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish here. Because in June, you have the King of Wands. So I feel like this is the energy of breaking free, literally breaking free from some energy. And once again, that could have been a past relationship, situations in the past, a job, a career that just really had kind of run its course. It was time to go in a new direction. And I feel like that's exactly what you're doing. You're kind of like getting that inspiration to go forward, to move on to this new path. Now, the King of Wands is a very interesting energy. It is my spiritual teacher card, but it's also an indication where you're willing to go your own path. You're no longer allowing yourself to be deterred, fragmented by people or situations around you that may have been distracting you from what it is that you want to create for yourself. Whether, again, that's a business, a career decision, moving to a new place, starting a new relationship. It's kind of like I'm allowing myself to go after what it is I want, because the King of Wands is the energy of being truly inspired by his dream, right? Or helping others, stepping into his power. And he doesn't really care if anybody is following him or not. You see how he's playing the drum there? It's the energy of, I'm going to play my drum. I'm going to play the music I want to play. And knowing that initially, there may not be a lot of people on this path that are wanting to follow him, but then suddenly things click, right? And people want to hear more of what he is saying or playing or doing. Okay, now I feel like you are the King of Wands. You're kind of like going along here. You may have created a business, or you could be writing a book, or starting some new project, or wanting to go in a new direction, but you've been hitting all these little obstacles that have been preventing you of your success. So the energy that I'm getting here is that the universe, literally, your guides, slowed it down, okay? Because life is about to speed up so quickly. But there were things that you had to get in place, okay? So this is a little bit of the energy where, let's go back to that puzzle, right? And you're doing the frame, the border of the puzzle. But I feel like for some of you, you got really excited perhaps a little bit about making a change, going in a new direction. And instead of working on the frame, the outer sections of the puzzle, right? Instead, you kind of like jumped both feet into something, into a relationship, into a new job, into moving, whatever it is. It's kind of like you jumped into something. You were so excited that you may have jumped into something, okay? But then all of a sudden it wasn't going anywhere because you needed to go back and you needed to do a little bit more foundational work. So I feel like that's what you're finishing up in May. I feel like this is something that you may have started or gotten an intuitive energy about starting, moving in a new direction, starting a new business, a project, whatever it is. You kind of got excited about it, jumped into it, but then you literally were over your head, okay, overwhelmed by what it was that you were working on. And the reason is because you had to go back and do that border of the puzzle. Now, I feel like in May, you're finishing that up. You've finished doing the border, the framework, the foundation of whatever it is that you are wanting to create. You are going to be successful in it, because then in June, the hard work that you've put into building the outer border of the puzzle, right? Of the foundation of what it is that you're wanting to create, suddenly it is helping you to step into this energy, and things are going quickly. So especially if this is a relationship or a situation that you may have started some time ago, okay? But it was just not taking off the way that you wanted it to. Or maybe one day it was great and the next day it wasn't. There wasn't any consistency. This is the energy of that was because you had to go back. There were some either internal strengths that you needed to create, or you needed a stronger foundation in what it was that you were building. And so that here you have, oh my gosh, this is exactly the energy, because in June, right, you're inspired. You have the King of Wands again and the King of Cups, understanding that you had to learn to overcome your emotional ups and downs with whatever it is that you're creating, or the emotional ups and downs of life itself, in order to be able to stay inspired and motivated. You had to literally eliminate the gnats or the flies that were preventing you from staying focused on what it is that your heart truly desires. You have the Sun card, right? You have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is doing that hard work in order to go towards what it is that your heart truly desires. The Sun card is the happiest card in the deck. For some of you, I think that take a look at what spiritual practices or physical, mental, emotional practices, habits that you have been working to create. And if you can allow yourself to truly, the Knight of Pentacles represents those things that are sometimes what we need to do on a daily basis in order to be at our highest potential. I feel like part of this journey has been that you have not maybe been consistent in showing up for what it is that you're trying to create, or showing up as far as taking the best care of yourself, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So the Knight of Pentacles is doing those things that, especially on a daily basis, that we may not really want to do, And especially as a Gemini, and I'm a Gemini, right? Sometimes these are not the easiest things for us to do because they're a little bit boring. It's kind of like doing, ab work. Not one of my favorite things to do, but I do know if I do it, even just a few minutes every single day, my back doesn't hurt as much, right? and it has better, it gives you more functionality with your body, right? You can move, you can, do those things in your physical environment so much more easily if you do like ab or core work every day. But if you're not doing it on a daily basis, it doesn't really give you those good benefits. And that's what I think. In May, you're really kind of like learning consistency, showing up for myself, showing up for my dream, what it is that I want to create is so important. I can't allow myself to get carried away with the emotions of other people or my own emotions, right? My own energy of being distracted by flashy things or allowing my ups and downs emotionally to affect how I am showing up consistently for my life, for what it is that I'm wanting. And in June, I feel like that's where everything is starting to come into fruition for you because you're finding that consistency. You're allowing yourself to prioritize some of those things that are not the easiest things for you to do because they're a little bit boring, but over time, they really and truly help you to be at your highest potential. This could be those spiritual practices of meditating just for a few minutes or journaling, right? Eating healthy, making healthy choices in the foods and the exercise that you do. Understanding that is all important for this to occur. Yeah. A beautiful energy. Just a reminder that it's really important for you to be taking good care of yourself because when life speeds up, and it is speeding up, in June, you are going to see immense energy coming your way. Things are going to speed up for you. But in order to have the stamina to keep up with that increased energy, you are going to have to really concentrate on your physical avatar, your mental and emotional being, and of course, your spirituality. All right, so let's see where July comes. Yeah, this is beautiful because you have the chopped wood. I feel like you are putting time and energy into those things that are really important to you on a daily basis in order to step truly into your purpose. The judgment card is your purpose. Look at how peaceful that angel is right there, right? Look at, I'm trying to get it to come into focus there. Yeah, so she has her eyes closed. There's a peaceful energy of knowing this is my path. I am doing those things that are really important to me. And I feel like you're kind of like allowing yourself to you see how she has her hands crossed over her chest? Allowing yourself to be peaceful in knowing that you're listening to your heart on a daily basis. You're not listening to people or situations around you that may be, those gnats, those flies that are trying to distract you. You're understanding, when I allow myself to get distracted, then I come away from my purpose. There is something here that you are working on that is going to help you to really and truly step into the energy of who you are meant to be, to put you in alignment with that new soul tribe that you may be seeking. But it also brings you, there's this true sense of financial abundance, of joy, of happiness in your life. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like in July there's this energy of allowing yourself to move away, like this energy that's kind of like still distracting you. It could be a person from the past. And this isn't like in your life physically. It's the emotional tether that you have to this person or this situation. You're allowing yourself to move forward. You're understanding that maybe you romanticized that person or that situation a little bit. You could have kind of held out belief or hope that this person or situation was going to return, that things could go back to maybe a time that was, kind of a little bit happy, all right, with that person. But this is what you're understanding. You're kind of understanding, you're coming into this balance that what occurred in the past actually put you in alignment. And we have the King and Queen of Wands. I feel it puts you into an alignment to either a new romantic relationship or a new business partner, somebody that's coming onto your path, a true soulmate that helps you to see clearly the way forward and to know you really and truly have closed out the past. And I feel like this is somebody, once again, or a situation in your life where you have been working to move away from this person or this situation or this mindset, right? But it has been such a tough go. And now this summer is kind of like, yes, been there, done that, got the t-shirt, the bumper sticker, I'm done and I'm moving forward and moving into new, moving into a sense of why you are here, moving into your true highest potential and really embracing this new life, right? You have a co-create. This is, co-creating with spirit, co-creating with other people that are on the same path as you, truly coming into a sense of your soul tribe and allowing yourself to really embrace it, allowing yourself to move away from the past. And once again, I feel, Gemini, you have left these people or situations, but this is, with the Justice card, it's kind of like, yes, I'm moving forward. My life is balanced. I don't feel like there's anything I still want an apology for from the past or anything like that. This is the energy of, I'm going to allow karma to take care of whatever, because you've realized that by putting time and energy into something that occurred in the past really just held you back. It fragmented your energy, and you're willing to embrace the new. All right, let's pull a soul truth card for you for some final advice. And Gemini, I do personal readings. If you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I also have a special 3-month reading up right now. So if this resonated and you'd like a more personalized version, it's in the link is in the description box. Where am I called to use my voice right now? This is you stepping into your purpose, right? Allowing yourself to use your voice to be a spiritual teacher, somebody that inspires and motivates other people. This could just be by the way that you live your life, right? It doesn't mean that you have to, go out and start something big unless you're feeling called to do that. But a lot of times this is the energy of just living your life in such an inspiring way that whether you realize it or not, you are changing the lives of other people. Beautiful energy there. You have a soul script that was written to be spoken. Your story matters, and it's time for you to share it with the world. Yeah, beautiful energy there. So if some of you have been thinking about starting your own YouTube channel, writing a book, especially about perhaps some things that have occurred in the past that really weren't fair, all right, and how you have allowed yourself to move forward, right? This is the energy of truly letting go, and you have been letting go of this for a long time. So it was something very traumatic in the past, okay? You have done a lot of healing, but this is kind of like, getting that last little bit out. Whether it's a splinter or a pebble in your shoe, right? It's kind of like this thing that was still kind of annoying you. It's like allowing yourself to say, okay, I'm not giving this any more of my time or energy. I'm putting my time and energy into doing those things on a daily basis that are focused on me and where I want to go and who I am and when I'm in my highest potential. Focusing on that instead of focusing on what has occurred in the past. Beautiful energy, because, I'm going to say you're really closing out a healing journey here. You have finished a big chunk of your spiritual path. by doing that. And that's why you're stepping into this energy of sharing your story with others, because you have allowed yourself to finally release the last little bit of this so that you can embrace the new. All right, I'm going to leave it there, Gemini. It is always such a pleasure to see you. I love you so much. Thank you so much for all of your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.